So this is the variant of pulling down the heavens that we use after that we've done a nourishing and a tonifying exercise. So before we start our practice, we do 3 pulling down the heavens to clean, to purge, to wash, to rinse. And after we do a chi scattering set, we do the same thing to just rinse that out. But when we are cultivating fresh chi, we don't want to wash out all the chi that we just cultivated. We want to store it inside of us, but we don't need all of it in our energy field, so we can store it inside of our lower dantian. If we're menstruating, we will not store it into our lower dantian because it can increase the amount of bleeding that you're having, and not more bleeding faster. In the sense that you won't be bleeding more immediately and then be ending your menstruation sooner. You'll be just bleeding more overall. So we don't want to do that. So in that case, you'll be storing to your middle dantian instead of your lower dantian. So what this looks like is like pulling down the heavens normally. We have our wide stance, pelvis relaxed, so that retroversion, the pelvis is a little bit tucked, so we're opening up Mingmen in the back. That's the spot between the kidneys, so this is open so that our kidneys are circulating and have access to prenatal chi. The spine is long, our arms are open in the front and in the back, so really centered in between the two, and the fingers lined with the seam of the pants. Here we're going to prolong our I'm having a French English bug. We're going to be extending our fingers into the earth, imagining that we can extend our fingers really, really deep into the earth, the deepest that you can imagine, pulling up that thick, honey earth energy. And then at 90 degrees, turning our hands to be palms up, and we're keeping our arms rounded here. So a little bend in the elbows, arms aren't straight, they're a little bit bended, shoulders stay down. And then when they're turned here, now we're letting heaven energy come down, spill down into our arms. Sun, moon, stars, galaxies, nebulas, the emptiness of space, and then pulling down a column of white light down into the body, gathering, collecting all the extra energy that we don't need right now, and forming a ball of energy that we're going to be storing in our lower dantian. So you're going to take a moment to feel the size, the weight, the density, the texture, the temperature. Then we continue. It's there, so you don't need to do anything. You felt it. Now you can press down into the earth again. Inhaling, heaven energy, pulling down a column of light, gathering all of that energy that you just cultivated, all the energy that you don't need, and bringing it down, feeling the size, weight of the chi ball that you have just made. That's staying in your lower dantian. And third time, earth energy, inhaling, heaven energy, column of light, pulling down the column of light, gathering all of that extra energy and bringing it down into the lower dantian, feeling that chi baby. And then you can place it inside of you. It's kind of already inside of you. It depends on how you prefer visualizing. I place it inside, and then you want to close your lower dantian, so that can be tying a knot. That can be closing a Ziploc. That can just be closing, whatever fits with you best. And then that way you can finish your training practice.